Testing, testing, 1, 2. I'm going to turn off the house sound, so you're just going to talk into this microphone, but you won't hear yourself amplified in here at all. Yeah. So it's just like a kind of a recording going into a recorder.
I hope you have a lot of patience. This could be really pretty rocky. But I'll do my best. Do you have a, well, I was going to use this as my notes. But the problem is the printer cut it off.
Right.
In the corners, and so I don't see it all. I see most of it.
Okay.
I'll do my best.
You can bring this presentation up on the laptop.
It's up there. It's up there already. Yeah. Yeah. The one you sent me is up there. So let me get you mic'd up, and then.
The one I sent you a couple of minutes ago?
Oh, did you send a revised one?
I did, yeah.
Oh, I can download the revised one. Let me get the microphone on you first, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. I had to flip the two of the pages because they were out of.
You can put this in your side pocket if you want, in your pant pocket. Or,
Pant pocket?
Yeah,
Okay.
that way it's not shown.
Okay. Just like that?
Yeah, go ahead and talk for a minute. Just
Can you hear me?
I just want to make sure it's not scratching on your face.
Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3.
That's good.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to take you out of the house so you won't hear yourself anymore, other than yourself.
Okay.
Let me download this new PowerPoint.
Okay. Yeah, sorry to keep changing it.
Most people need your PowerPoint 2 seconds when they're walking up in a live audience. So.
Morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good. I was going to help you out. We are here.
That's what I need. That's just what I need.
Rock concert.
Okay, so we have a clicker. Do you want to use the clicker or do you want to use the keyboard? You can use the keyboard keys to move through your slides.
I don't know. I mean, you know, the clicker seems a little more tactile. I mean, what do you suggest?
I always suggest the clicker.
You do? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, right.
So I'm going to take this and put it underneath.
All right.
All right, so you're set here. I'm going to go up there and give me like 2 minutes. And
Sure.
And then you can start.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter how many times we have to start and stop.
All right.
We'll get a good run through, and then we'll edit it, make it.
Okay.
Look good, so.
Okay.
Are you going to stay at the podium, or are you going to walk around? What are you going to do?
I was just planning on staying at the podium.
Okay.
Yeah. This is almost unreadable.
Unreadable?
Oh, I see, yeah. Okay, I get it, yeah.
Testing, testing. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3.
So Jessica, you will be eventually the proprietor of this thing, and you'll send it out after.
Yeah, I guess I'll talk to Bob more about what he's envisioning for how he wants it to go out.
Yeah.
To members.
Yeah, I think not until after the members' meeting.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. If something comes up at the meeting,
Yeah.
we have time to
To-
adjust.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Before we distribute it more.
Okay. All right, Jeremy. Hello, my name is Peter Dougherty. I am the current director of the APS Press, that is the American Philosophical Society Press. I arrived here in January after 30 years at Princeton University Press, where I was director for some 12 years, and I'm excited to tell you about the relaunching of the APS Press, which we're undertaking now with our colleagues. Why relaunch the APS Press? Begs the question, first of all, what is the APS Press? It's the publishing unit of the American Philosophical Society and the oldest continuous scholarly publisher in North America. In 1743, Benjamin Franklin proposed a society for promoting useful knowledge, organized around the constant correspondence of members representing different fields. This proposal initiated the APS books and journals that have promoted useful knowledge now for nearly 300 years. Why relaunch the APS Press? Two recent developments: the 2021 retirement of former APS Publications Director Mary McDonald, who had done this job for some 21 years, and preliminary discussions with the University of Pennsylvania Press to distribute our books and journals, occasioned the relaunch. What is the goal of the relaunch? The goal is to realign our approach with Benjamin Franklin's vision by producing an exciting new portfolio of publications that will promote and explore the dynamics of useful knowledge today. The relaunch has 4 steps involved in it. The first has to do with the all-important function of distribution. We have come to an agreement with the University of Pennsylvania Press to be our new distributor, and we have to announce the Penn Press partnership. The second has to do with strategy. We want to develop an editorial vision for promoting useful knowledge in today's world. Third, with implementation. We want to publish the inaugural APS Penn Press list in 2024, including both of our journals and up to 10 new APS Press books. And the fourth step in the relaunch is succession. I spent, as I've mentioned, 30 years at Princeton University Press. I don't expect to spend another 30 years here. So later this year, we have to revive the search for the next full-time APS director to take us into the future. So the first step in the relaunch is the Pen Press partnership. And I'd like to talk for a second about the benefits that it brings to the APS and its publishing program. The first is exposure for our books in the review, scholarly, and general media. This is unprecedented in the recent history of the APS, and it's a necessary step forward in getting exposure for our books. The second is access to a broad array of markets, including libraries, individual readers, scholars, and students in courses. Another important benefit is representation at academic conferences and in bookstores. A further benefit is exposure in international markets via foreign sales, representation at the Frankfurt Book Fair, and rights licensing for translation. Our deep backlist will, in the near future, be represented through ebooks and print-on-demand sales. We will have excellent data and reports from the University of Pennsylvania Press and better inventory control. We'll get feedback from our colleagues at Penn Press on print and pricing decisions and in our publishing program in general. And all of this will provide steady, stable financial growth for the funding of the future of our publishing. Very important. Announcing the Penn Press is something that we're doing right now. It's underway. We have to initiate the plan for migrating our inventory from our current distributor, our distributor of the last 15 years, Diane Publishing, to Penn Press's warehouse, and begin integration of our APS systems into the Penn Press title management system. We have to announce the APS Penn Press partnership this spring in a press release to alert librarians and distributors and scholars of the new arrangement. And we have to schedule an event later in the year with Penn Press to present the APS Penn Press partnership to the public. That'll be exciting. The second step in the relaunch is editorial strategy, and that has two parts, books and journals. On the books front, we plan to consolidate our books program under a single imprint, APS books. In the past, books appeared under several imprints, and for the sake of building the identity of the brand, we're going to a single imprint, and this program will include the following: new books by scholars with a special focus on work explicating the history, economics, sociology, politics, and other aspects of contemporary useful knowledge. A series of short essayistic books on the dynamic developments that have shaped today's disciplines and their evolving contributions to useful knowledge today and tomorrow. Newly edited versions of great past APS books and classic works by past members. This would be similar to NYRB Classics or the Norton Critical Editions. And a new series of books drawn from the work of APS Fellows to be published by the University of Pennsylvania Press. So there's a newly configured constellation of books on the planning board now. With respect to APS journals, we have two journals, APS Proceedings. You may know that there is a backlog in the publication of issues of APS Proceedings dating from June 2020, and we are working to bring Proceedings up to date. We hope that in the next year we will be up to date. And we plan to add a new feature to APS Proceedings, that of grantees' field reports. Each APS grantee writes a field report of their activities, and we plan to incorporate several of these reports into each issue of Proceedings. Transactions, we're current through 2023 and the first half of 2024. And in the future, transactions will be focusing on thematic edited volumes based on APS conferences, as well as an annual issue selected from the excellent APS blog, and possibly an annual issue drawn from thematic selection of APS grantees' field reports. The outlook for APS journals within the editorial strategy is promising. The third step in the relaunch is implementation. We want to publish the inaugural APS Pen Press list in 2024. Our first year goal should be to publish 4 issues of each of our journals, proceedings, and transactions, and up to 10 APS books. In preparation, we're instituting an APS Press monthly review meeting where we invite our colleagues in the leadership of the APS to review the production schedule, projects in progress, and the acquisitions plan, the pipeline of projects being considered for publication. And the fourth and final step in the relaunch is succession, specifically with respect to the next APS director. If the APS wants its press to increase its impact, it will require the leadership of an acquisitions editor who strategically develops the list with a compelling vision in mind. In addition to editorial acquisitions, the next director will work with the publications committee, our staff, and our pen press partners to help the list to achieve steady reputational and financial growth over the next decade. And the job description, which we'll write later this spring, must communicate the mission clearly, and the internal press structure and reporting relationships must be logically delineated in the job description as well. So there you have it. The 4 steps that are necessary and all underway in the refocusing and relaunch of the oldest continuous scholarly publishing enterprise in this country, the American Philosophical Society Press. Thank you very much. I'm done. Is that okay? Okay. Good. It's a lot easier if you read if you're reading full lines.
Yeah. I think that's gonna trip you up.
Yeah.
Look at tomorrow. Let me look at the recording. Just scrub through it real quick. Make sure it looks.
Okay.
Sounds
Take your
okay.
time.
Give me like a couple minutes.
Take your time. It was okay?